almost fell off my chair. Okay, hey! Today I am feeling joyful and at peace and in the same boat. A little tired, but it's okay, we're doing great. How are you guys? How's your day? I hope everything's going beautiful. Tonight we are going to be talking about planning an unmedicated birth. Gotcha, that's not just all, / tools that helped me the last time I was in labor. I'm gonna start off by saying that this is definitely a personal experience. This is the plan that I'm gonna go for, and I am going to listen to my midwife, listen to my body, and really just stay present. I am in no way against using epidural or help to get through labor. I did it the last time around, which is I'll give a little bit of what happened last time around into this video. In my personal experience, it's a lot of work. It's empowering, but it is a lot. It is intense. This is all what I'm going to do for myself. If you take little tips and guidance from this, great. And if you're just watching for fun, hey, how you doing? Join in, sit, get comfy. When I am speaking about unmedicated for this video, I am talking on trying to not use an epidural. Unmedicated might be not using any medication at all. I know that there's different options for pain relief during labor. For this video's purpose, I am specifically talking about trying to not get the epidural this time around. Why am I doing this? I am doing this as a personal preference. I am wanting to try it out for myself. The last time around, this is the little sneak peek that I was talking about. I felt like I went in mentally prepared. However, at the same time, maybe not physically. First things first, I didn't eat before I went in. I was induced at 39 weeks. My induction was scheduled for 9 o'clock. I ate a yogurt at 8 o'clock. PM, by the way, not AM, PM. We didn't get in the room till about 1 or 2 in the morning. I was starving. So once we got in the room, I thought that you could eat something until they started the process. Like I was like, okay, maybe I can have a snack before they start doing everything. And that wasn't the situation. I was like, oh, this is not good. I had a yogurt to prep for labor. I'm gonna be fucking hungry, but we're gonna go into this. They started my induction and I was also on Pitocin. I have not had the experience of having contractions without Pitocin. Labor contractions, I've had Braxton Hicks, I've had false labor. I don't know if that's the same thing. I have not been in active labor without Pitocin. From that alone, holding a moment of silence for myself. I was doing great. My water was broken at 3 centimeters, which definitely intensified the situation. Before my water was broken, I was able to cruise through the contractions with the tools that I will be speaking about in this video, and with the methods of breathing and being on the birthing ball, movements that I learned. And my husband was fantastic throughout the entire labor. I love him. Oh, and then they upped the Pitocin. So my water was broken and the Pitocin went up to 6. Wasn't even at full. Baby, I was vomiting. I was throwing up acid. I think the first thing that I messed up on was not having energy, like fuel for my body. I definitely should have had something more than a yogurt. Something more like carbs, something that would have been able to push me through and given me that energy, almost like when you work out or prepare for something intense like that. I did not do that. I ended up getting the epidural. I have nothing against getting the epidural. For me, I definitely can say it helped me be able to get through laboring the last time around, because I was stressing and I was tensing so much that my labor was not going smoothly. Back to the point of why I'm doing this. It's a personal preference. It's what I want to do. It's what I want to try. I loved it the last time around before everything hit the fucking fan. And because of my underfeeling, it started becoming a lot. The vomiting and the lightheadedness, because I didn't have any food in me, was just not it. And so we're changing that this time. This time we're gonna get ready and eat something beforehand. I'd also like to state before we jump into this video, everyone's birthing and laboring is different. And with that, the planning might be different. The desires might be different for the birthing, and sometimes it is not an option. And so definitely listen to your body, listen to your professional providers. I think that's what it is. Yes, listen to who you are working with through your pregnancy. Some great things about an unmedicated birth, which is another reason why I really want to do it and why I enjoyed it the first time around, was the mobility. It was being able to stand up and move and get on the birthing ball, move my hips. My husband was able to do the counter pressure. It was really helpful, especially because sometimes when the contractions with the Pitocin were getting pretty intense and I wasn't even that dilated yet, I was able to move my body in what felt the most comfortable in that moment. Another part that I felt like I was able to work with really well with the unmedicated birth was being able to breathe through my contractions, and I could feel the contractions. In a way, I just felt very connected to my body. I felt really present. I did enjoy that. I was loving how I was able to work through the contractions and be in the moment and experience the moment, the time, and the event of bringing our son to the world, to Earthside. Now for the part that's exciting, the preparing. There's a lot of different ways to prepare for an unmedicated birth. For me, what I did and what I'll be doing again is Hypnobirthing on YouTube. Hey. So literally, I watched a lot of videos that were very helpful. I can actually link them down below on the ones that I watched. I also saw this, I don't know if it was in a video, but someone said to watch positive unmedicated birthing videos, and it really helped. It made me excited. So I also did that. I practiced at home, practiced the breathing at home, practiced not getting tense at home, and I also did affirmations with my husband, which is another part. He learned affirmations to remind me through the process, and then I also learned affirmations myself. There's also in-person classes, of course. There's Lamaze breathing, I think. That might be right. For me, definitely Hypnobirthing was great. This time I will be getting a book on Hypnobirthing because I love to read. I don't know why I didn't think of that last time. I don't know why I didn't do that last time. But this time I'm gonna get a book. There's also courses online that you can find. There are, video calls that you can do to do one-on-ones for hypnobirthing. Creating a birth plan also is fantastic. I had a birth plan. I took my birth plan. I also had on there what I would like to do if I changed gears, which was awesome too. As in, like, if I went from unmedicated to epidural, and me and my husband also had a safe word, because I was like, I might be like, oh, I wanted, but unless it's the safe word, that means like I want it. That was just us, and it worked really well. He was also always checking in like, hey, are you okay? If you need it, let me know. And I'd be like, no, I'm okay right now. Our safe word was Jedi. And so when I was like, Jedi, he was like, I got you, don't worry about it. The birthing plan that I used, I think I got it off of Etsy. Etsy had some good forms that you could just get and like fill out, and I filled it out on Canva. I know that on there you can also put your preferences of monitoring, or you can also write positions that you would like to do during labor. I knew, if possible, this time around I want to be able to move more. Hopefully I'm able to still keep going through the unmedicated route. I had a lot of wires still the last time. If able to do so, I would like to perhaps maybe have a little less. That way I can move more and get my body into different positions. Like I mentioned before, I went in ready mentally, physically was not. For mental preparation and for planning and getting ready to do an unmedicated birth, like I said, I did a lot of hypnobirthing techniques and I made a playlist. I still have my playlist. I have two. I have my jamming it out one where I'm like for when the contractions were to that point, and then for I had planned and I'll still be using it for when the contractions are stronger, longer, and baby is progressing more deeper and down. I have a more like a very calm, very grounding playlist. Definitely excited to use those again. I have to update my party one. Of course, there are also breathing exercises that you can practice beforehand. I practiced breathing exercises in another one with the breathing exercises. It helped a lot was to not tense. If my shoulders started tensing or my jaw, then I would make sure my shoulders relaxed and my jaw. I also had my husband remind me, like, if you saw my shoulders were tensing and I was tensing, then he would come and say, honey, relax your shoulders, relax your jaw. And that, I mean, that helped a lot as well. There are different exercises that can be done to prepare for laboring. I know that lunges are really great, and I also am going to work on ways of how to stay focused when things get really, really intense. I know affirmations, like I mentioned before, affirmations are great for this. I learned some fantastic affirmations. My husband learned a list of affirmations. He still has them in his notes, but he memorized them. There are also affirmation cards. I have the affirmation cards. I used the affirmation cards and they were helpful when I was in labor. I will link them down below. I got mine from Amazon, and the ones that I got came with a comb, which was great. The birthing comb is another tool for labor that I thought was fantastic. These tools can be great even if maybe you are still planning to get the epidural and you're at home and you're laboring at home before you get to the hospital. These tools are great for that even then. I think you can also probably grab a comb from your hair routine if you have a comb and just use the comb. I used all of my tools. I loved using my tools. You guys can try them out or you can find your own tools, but I'm a big supporter on the tools during labor. During labor, having my mom and my husband there as my team, my mom's presence alone brings calmness to me. So literally she was by my side, she would be on the couch telling me to breathe. My husband was bedside, standing with me, rocking, we were very close, which is what I wanted. Or when I would say like I need more space, he would back away. Having that supportive partner was definitely useful. Birthing ball was phenomenal. Loved my birthing ball. I did all of my hip movements. The hospital that we birthed at did have birthing balls on site, so they were like, hey, here's one, which was really cool. The peanut ball, y'all, that peanut ball, I don't know what is with that peanut ball, but that peanut ball got me from a 7 to a 10 fast. I was like, planning an unmedicated birth, it's also great to know the stages of labor. You have early labor, active labor, and pushing. I still was in early labor when I had the epidural the last time. I know that once active starts, from what I've seen in videos and from what I've heard, that's when you start kind of wanting to do that lower growl and center in and like really focus on breathing through it and allowing your body to just move through what it feels like doing. I don't have much to say on my experiences of signs of labor because I was induced. I know that my cervix was softening and that I was dilated about a centimeter when I was induced. I was having contractions here and there, but my water didn't break. I didn't have any bloody show. I didn't go into labor without the inductions. Hopefully our labor is smooth and we are able to follow our plan. Then I will update on the experience of what it's like to feel and go through labor and figuring out how my body knew that I was in labor. I can say that even with the epidural, when it came time to pushing, I could feel it. Somehow, even with the epidural, I know I was able to feel it when I was ready to push. It was just this pressure, and I literally remember looking at my husband and being like, before we end this video, I would like to say birth, it is an experience that is personal. I definitely, like I said, talk to your providers, listen to your body, listen to yourself, and I am excited to see how this goes. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. I think that's all for tonight. I think I'm going to dip. Bye!